So should you go to a coding bootcamp in 2020? That's the real question, and let's get into it and answer it. In short, I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. In my opinion, no. All right, thanks. Have a great one. Nah, I'm just playing. So let's go over 3 things that I think are important to cover when making your decision on whether you should go to a coding bootcamp or not. First being cost, the second being what type of education, what type of languages are they covering, and the third being the time it takes for you to get a job. All right. First question, how much do coding bootcamps cost? So I'm gonna put right here, somewhere on the screen, I'm gonna put how much the largest coding bootcamps right now cost. Now the one I went to, bing, General Assembly, cost me about, I'm gonna say with fees and other things like that, about $14,000 to $15,000. Now that is extremely expensive. Now if you are gonna take a loan, understand that the loan is gonna kind of be deferred or kind of cheaper to pay per month throughout the boot camp, and then as soon as you graduate, it increases significantly. I thought I had really good credit and I got a pretty good deal on the loan. However, I thought it was extremely expensive as well. Now, is $14,000 worth spending on learning how to code? I think it really depends on what kind of student you are. Now, if you feel like you cannot learn on your own, period, I think that really is the biggest issue that you should work on. Before even considering coding bootcamps, you have to understand that when you become a developer, you're going to have to learn on your own. Learning on your own is an important skill that you don't just need to have to be a developer. It's an important skill you need to have as anybody that's going to be successful in a professional environment. For those that feel like you can learn on your own, you just need some guidance. You need a teacher or someone with more education than you or more experience than you to kind of fill in those little gaps that you are missing. I really think it's more important for you to go and understand the fundamentals of whatever language you're working on, or even of computer science. I don't think these things justify the cost. You have to think about how much this coding bootcamp is going to be and how much are you going to get from your job. The only thing the coding bootcamp made me do is understand that I had paid for something and that I had to be committed to it. When it was free, it was easy to lose your commitment level. So I don't think it was worth it for me. For you, it might be worth it. Now in 2020, I don't believe anyone should really be going to coding bootcamps. I believe the first fundamental step that they should take, you need to go and learn the fundamentals of computer science. You need to go and understand time complexity, space complexity. You need to understand computer science. Just understand it in a very basic form. Whatever developer you're gonna be, a company has to trust you to develop something that is secure, that is efficient, that is not gonna be error prone, that is gonna work a majority of the time. Of course, there's gonna be bugs. Of course, you can tweak it and improve on it. But if you don't understand time complexity, for example, and you're running for loops within for loops within for loops, or a while loop within a for loop, and you just have this gigantic function that's running and slowing down everything to a point where your web page is going to load in 10 minutes, you're going to lose money, you're going to lose customers, you're going to lose all traffic to that site. So why would a company invest in you if you can't even deliver something that is quick, that is efficient, and that runs reliably? These things you can only understand and you can only learn once you've learned the basis of computer science. Now, General Assembly does an okay job, I think, in teaching you how to code, but the computer science part, it's literally videos that you're watching, a short test that you're taking, and it's not even part of the curriculum for you to even finish it. They encourage you to go through it, but at the end, there's no push for you to actually review what you learned, you know, like how what you've learned ties back into the code. All of these things, they're lost, and they're so focused on getting you to understand the syntax of JavaScript, of Python, of whatever you're learning, of React, and trying to develop the project, and they forget the other part. Let's talk about now the second thing. What do you learn in coding bootcamps? As I've kind of covered, you learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, the bases of web development, and then you learn another language. We learned Python, and we learned another framework. We learned React. I don't think it's worth $14,000 again. Now, the money isn't everything. The guided lectures are really good, but the projects, they were just brain dumps, in my opinion. Once you finish, there's no time for, you know, perfecting this project. They expect you to do that after the bootcamp. So, again, if you don't self-learn, this is going to be an issue again. I think it really is important for you to self-learn, self-teach. The third thing, are you going to get a job after bootcamp? Really, that's up to you. Are you going to work hard enough to be job ready? And job ready does not mean you came out of the bootcamp, now you're ready. It means you build out a portfolio, you build out projects that are production ready projects, and you have to, one, understand, again, computer science basics. They're gonna ask you about algorithms. You have to understand what time complexity is. You have to understand what all these important high-level things are. But the point is, it's not a guarantee. I know of maybe 2 people, maybe 3, including myself, that have a job from a cohort of 20. And within this cohort of 20, as we were going through the boot camp, I think 4 or 5 people dropped out. Now, $15,000 and a return of, let's say, 15% of your cohort actually getting jobs is ridiculous. I'm not anti-bootcamp, but I do believe that there is an easier way, and I do believe that bootcamps have a place, but the cost is way too much. There's too many resources for you to consider trying a bootcamp. There's too many free resources for you to even consider going through a bootcamp. Whatever language you want to learn, it's on YouTube. Whatever language you want to do, there's so many free resources. Even the paid resources have free portions that you can go and take. Do not discount the free things that are available to you. Don't give bootcamps too much credit for all of these incredibly intelligent people that go there. In conclusion, I think, one, the 6 months job placement thing is not guaranteed. Number one, it's not guaranteed. Not everyone gets a job. This 87% placement rate doesn't necessarily mean that they're getting a developer job. For anyone who's considering going into a bootcamp, you have to think, is it worth spending $10,000 plus on a bootcamp? One, if I'm gonna spend that much time doing a bootcamp, can I do it on my own? And 2, there's no guarantee for a job, so is it worth going through this? I'm gonna have another video talking about what you should learn if you're gonna even go to a bootcamp, or if you're gonna learn on your own. Don't let this video discourage you from personally going into a bootcamp if you feel like that's the only way. I personally did it, and I'm just trying to pass off the experience and telling you how I feel like I would tell myself if I could go back in time. So this channel will have resources for you, And if you need anything, make sure you put it in the comments below. Make sure you like this video if you like it, and if you don't like it, double tap thumbs down, and subscribe as always. If you have any questions, again, just hit me in the comments. All right, peace.